please introduce yourself?
I'm Nancy Winans.
So you had 2 strokes now. How old were you when you had these?
I was 50 now, so I was 43 when I had them.
What type of strokes were they?
They were called reversible cerebral vasoconstriction syndrome, and I had a minor one and a major one. And I don't know why it says reversible, because it is not reversible.
Okay. What were any positive outcomes?
The positive outcomes were that I have been able to be home with you guys.
What were the negative outcomes?
The negative are that I have lost a lot of my vision. I have 80% between 2 eyes, so I have no peripheral vision, and I only see from like my nose over to my left side a little bit. So I've lost my license. They pulled my license even though I did pass a driving test, but they said you need 100% between 2 eyes, and I only have 80% between 2 eyes. I no longer work because I have a hard time with writing. Certain days I can write just fine. Other days I have a very difficult time writing. Did I tell you the transportation okay? I no longer can get to work, so I don't have, obviously, the mode of transportation. And I can no longer do my job, which I had a very nice job working for the state. The partial paralysis is hard. I have partial paralysis on my right side, so I walk with a limp, and I have a lot of pain on that side, which I just deal with on a daily basis. So I also do fall a lot. There's so many negative aspects to it. I think it affected you guys as far as when it happened, because of how, especially you, because of how young you were.
What is it like not to drive?
It's difficult not driving, because if I need to go to the grocery store or just make doctor's appointments, I have to always make sure that I have a ride from one of you guys or from grandma or a friend of mine. So it's hard. I have to do a lot of planning ahead of time to organize all my rides.
How did it affect your family?
I think that because of how young you were, Jeremy, it affected you the hardest because of the time that I spent in the hospital. I know it was difficult for all 3 of you to see me like that, and I don't remember the first few weeks of it because I was obviously not conscious for the first probably week of it. But after that, when I went to the rehabilitation center, I think it was hard because I wasn't here all the time.
Okay. What is it like to be partially blind? Like, what are some issues you run into?
I walk into walls a lot, actually. Anytime I'm trying to I have anything on my right side I don't see, so I get startled a lot because I'll be walking along and all of a sudden something will come into my sight and I'll be like, whoa, it just startles me. I trip a lot. It's just hard not seeing. I just have to constantly turn my head so that I can see everywhere around me.
Do you think your strokes have brought like extended family and close family together at all, or just made
yes.
things more difficult?
No, it's really brought us all together because the whole time I was in the hospital and the rehab center, everybody came here, would help you guys, would make food, bring food. And I remember you guys said you had so much food that you almost had too much food. And then everybody has offered to drive me or you guys or do anything that we needed you guys to do for us.
Okay, thank you,
You're
Nancy.
welcome.